Hey, see what's going on for me today. Um, it's an alright day. Friday. Worked remotely. Slept in a little bit. So that's nice. Um, on Fridays when I'm remote, I don't wear a suit. I wear a suit to work. I'm like the only guy that wears a suit, but I like doing it. But today I didn't wear a suit. I didn't want to go to the gym, but I did anyway. And I feel good about that. I do think that I'm probably or possibly working out too hard. Like I said, it helps me a lot. It helps me with in a few different ways. It helps me burn through the anxiety, and it helps me just really do something where I can focus on how I feel physically, and also, as I think I've said before, one of my big fears is that I am inherently, fundamentally, I'm unattractive and I'm unlikable and nobody really wants me around. And really the big fear from that is that Gabby is actually the only person in the world that would tolerate me. So I'm in a really scary place right now. So going to the gym and being able to see my body changing physically, it helps me think that maybe I don't have to be like that. And I've kind of been thinking about those beliefs today. And I have a few of them that are deeply problematic, but I don't know what to do about it. And that's one of them. That nobody's ever going to be attracted to me again because nobody is ever. Because and that Gabby's the only person in the world that could possibly tolerate me. I'm terrified of that. Another one is that I only have value when I'm providing things for people. When I give and I don't ask for anything in return. And there's just been a number of times throughout my life, a number of relationships, and this includes even things like work relationships where as long as I'm giving the other person what they want, then everything seems fine. But if for some reason I can't provide what they want, or I felt this with Gabby, okay, where everybody needs things. I'm not trying to make it out like she needed more than the average person or anything, but everybody, needs stuff. They need help. They need support. They need love. They need, just people have needs, and as long as I was meeting those needs and doing it in a way that Gabby, that she wanted me to do, everything was fine. But I personally felt And this may not be fair to her, but it's something that I felt and that I was dealing with, and something that I said to her many times, which was that I felt like if I said something that wasn't what she wanted me to say, that she would punish me for it. And she would punish me by withholding affection, just by, being quiet and not saying anything, and just by no longer taking an interest in our shared life together temporarily. And that hurt me very much because I care so much about that connection. So yeah, I told her that sometimes it felt like if I said or did or thought something that wasn't what she wanted, that she would punish me for it that way. And I don't know if she did it on purpose. I don't know what was happening inside her because she wouldn't tell me. But I know that that's what it felt like from my perspective. And pretty much any relationship that I've ever had in my life, and I don't mean just romantic relationships, I mean friendships, I mean work relationships, I mean just basically every relationship I've ever had, I feel like had that same kind of thing where as long as I was just giving and giving and giving the people what they want, exactly how they want it, they would tolerate me. And if I did anything that wasn't what they wanted in the way that they wanted, that they would punish me. And it even goes further because I am required to give a lot, right? To meet their expectations, to meet their demands. But then if I ask for something in return, they just abandon me. When it starts to be, more of a two-way street, they're out. And I felt that a lot throughout my life. People who have claimed to be my friend until I needed a friend, and then they were just gone. People who say that they care about me, and then when I am struggling, they disappear. Even an old job that I had, they gave me a raise one week, and then the next week they fired me because they didn't like that I had asked for flexible scheduling, and I had asked for a different laptop. And so there's this thing that's always running in the back of my mind where people only tolerate me if I can give them what they want. They only tolerate me if I'm useful. If I disappoint anyone, they're just gonna abandon me. And I feel that with Gabby too. If I go back and look through where did our relationship start going wrong, it was whenever I needed help. If we think about 8.5 years together, and for the most part I took care of Gabby for 6.5 of those years, maybe 6. And then in the last couple of years, when I was depressed and when I was suicidal and when I needed help and when I couldn't figure out what I was doing and what I needed was support and help. And that's when she started, I think, really souring on the idea of staying with me. When I needed fucking help, When I couldn't provide what she wanted anymore, she decided to abandon me. That's what I think. That's how I feel. That's how all of my relationships throughout my entire life have been. Yeah, so I've been thinking about beliefs like that. They're probably not true. They're probably not true. I can think of evidence from over the last 20 years, evidence that people are attracted to me, that people do like me, that people enjoy talking to me, that I have something worthwhile to offer. Romantically. But man, that one about abandonment, I can see so many examples from throughout my life of that happening. Over and over and over. And I don't know how to get over. I don't know. The smart part of my brain says that must not be true. It must not be. But I just can't find any conflicting evidence. I just can't fucking find any conflicting evidence. Seems like every time that I need help, everybody abandons me. And I mean, I'm going back 20 years here, and I cannot. Every time that I need help, everybody abandons me. The only person that I can think of that has ever been there for me reliably is my mom. And that's a problem because your mom is special, right? So you can't take that experience and expect it to apply to anybody else, and just everybody else. Everybody else at some point or another has abandoned me when I needed them. And I don't know how to get past that. And then I was thinking about that earlier. And I know it maybe sounds a little weird, but I really miss Gabby a lot tonight. I can feel, abandoned and betrayed and hurt. I still wish that she was here. I watched an episode of Fargo tonight in season 3, and there's a scene where these two cops are talking, and one of them is feeling really down, and the other one just hugs her. It was a good scene, and I cried so much. I cried so much about that hug. Hugs are magic, I think. It's amazing how much a hug can help. And I'm worried that I will never feel that kind of hug again. I'm making a lot of snot and my throat really hurts. Yeah, I'm real worried about never being hugged again. Except by my mom, I guess. But that's not the same. I'm very tired. Trying to make some plans this weekend so that I'm not alone and sad the whole time. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. And I'll see you tomorrow.